Hey, Novlineal, doing some test plays today. So I'm going to run your map here, Cotton Candy. Let me look at my notes here. First remember, awesome. Yeah, hope you're having fun. Any first time mistakes, fun to play. Assessing difficulty. Okay, yeah, so definitely we can talk about that. There might only be so much I can talk about in the videos, so make sure you read the description of the video in YouTube, because I'll be able to go in a lot more detail here. Similarly, I don't think I'm going to be able to test play all 4 levels, at least on camera, because that's just going to take up too much time. So I think I'll do Expert, and I'll probably try running a bit of Hard. Or sorry, I'll do Expert Plus and run a bit of Hard, because you said that Expert and Expert Plus are basically the same, other than the note jump speed, which we'll talk about that either in the video or, like I said, read the description. Because yeah, there's a bunch of stuff. I'll also link the gauging difficulty wiki page, because that should help you a lot with stuff like that. I mostly play Expert Plus, maybe a little bit of Expert Maps myself, so I'm not a pro at like normal and hard, but I am doing a lot of down mapping myself, and I've read up a lot about it, so like I kind of understand the theory behind it, so I'll try to help you there if I can. Yeah, so definitely some jump distance and note jump speed issues. I'll try running the map as is currently. I mean, the big one is for Expert Plus, the jump distance is too high. It puts your reaction time at like 960, which is quite high for Expert Plus. Oh, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one. 813, which is quite high for Expert Plus. Like I would put that as more of like an Expert level. Anyway, we'll get more into that in a second, cause I'll play it, like I'll see how it feels, but I might have to take that in cause it's probably going to feel a little floaty. Although maybe that's the idea. It is kind of a low notes per second song. Sorry, I'm kind of just thinking out loud here. Okay, so like let's just jump in. And I think the map checker did flag a bunch of issues, like parity breaks and double directionals. I'll try to poke them out as I go. Oh, I think these are invalid obstacles unless you change the numbers. Not a big deal. Most mappers are going to start with their hands up. So starting with an up motion like that can just feel a little awkward. It's not a deal breaker, but, just worth pointing out, because most mappers are going to start with their hands here, not down. Yeah, these might be invalid obstacles unless you change the color of all your walls. I'm what you need, I'm what you want, I got it all. Yeah, so I think that was hand clappy. Reset there. Well, yeah, so that was definitely a parity error there. I don't think you said you were mapping this tech, but even that didn't feel techy to me. I'm only kind of learning tech, so take that with a grain of salt. But that felt weird there. I think that was just a break. Yeah, so definitely some parity breaks there. So there was some hitbox issues there. I'll try to come back. Well, that was okay. So that was definitely hitbox abuse or hitbox path there, because basically the top note here, you have to run through the hitboxes to be able to hit them. So that's going to lead to bad cuts, or worse, even like risk of like hand claps and stuff. Candy, I'm what you want, not what you need. Yes, so some resets there. Yeah, so there's definitely some parity issues. There's reset there. And like I said, I don't get the sense you're trying to map this tech. Reset on pink there, reset on blue. Hitbox abuse, reset on blue. Reset on pink, I think. That hitbox pattern. Otherwise, I like the idea of this with the arcs going through the walls. Those are all hitbox abuse. Yeah, there was a wrist roll there. Oh, reset there. I think the wrist roll works. Reset there. Hitbox abuse. Yeah. So I like. See. Yeah. So all the wrist rolls. like, and okay, so this is me thing. I like my wrist rolls to be kind of telegraphed a little bit better. I think that's fine as long as it's intentional, but just want to point that out. I forget what the music was doing. If you could put arcs there, it's probably fine. Yeah. And then lots of these hitbox abuse, hitbox pattern things so basically to fix them, like, I'll show you.
I'm what you want, not what you need. So what you want.
Yeah, reset on pink. Yeah, see that? Like, so those are wrist rolls, but like you're telegraphing them. Vision block there. Yeah, some weird stuff there. Oh, sorry, that's not what I meant to do. Sorry, my bad. Oh, now I don't remember where I was. Oops. We'll just go there.
What you need.
Actually, it's pretty close, I think. Yeah, so these wrist rolls feel good, and you're telegraphing them well. Vision block there. And yeah, so that was, even if that's technically not hitbox abuse, that pattern's definitely weird and could be a little hand clappy. And then that switching into the red note felt a little awkward.
What you need. So what you want.
Yeah, I like this.
Take a bite. Get butt tonight.
Yeah, so
what you want. Your queen bee brings
lots of resets there.
So keep making me that motherfucking honey. Yeah, keep it coming.
Yeah, reset on blue, but otherwise that was pretty good. Vision blocks there. Yeah, so sorry, what I was going to mention, so for those hitbox patterns, like basically you can't have them on the diagonals being directly side by side with each other because the hitboxes are bigger than the blocks themselves and it'll collide and then create things like bad cuts. But the simple solution, you just got to space them out, right? Like you've done it for a couple of them. So you could either space them out horizontally, or what most people will do is just put one of them down a level, which you've actually done for a lot of them. Yeah, same thing there. And little, yeah, those are all hitboxes. That pattern felt good. Little reset vision block there. Yeah. So yeah, I would change those there. So you can either change them by making them like just straight up and down notes. You could spread them out a little bit, like have a degree of separation horizontally, or you can put one of them up vertically. But yeah, you definitely don't want to have the, yeah. Reset on blue. Yeah, resets. And reset there. And I mean, I guess you did technically signal that reset with an arc. I personally don't love that unless there's a lot of time. The song also ended really abruptly. So I would extend the ending of the song to have a little bit of silence there. Like, you don't want a ton of empty space at the end there. But a lot of people, when they're going for, rank and combos and score and stuff, like to reset at the end, and like there's no time, so then they just kind of finish the song. So I'd add a little bit of silence there. Yeah, so definitely some issues there. Okay, so you said that I'm not going to play the whole thing here but let me just. So I think you said that the only thing you changed. Okay, yeah, so if it's going to be the same other than note jump speed, like I said, I'm going to have to do written notes on that because I think it's just going to be too much to get into in a video. I'll play this a little bit. Yeah, like there's a whole thing with like down mapping and stuff. Actually, and the Wiki's really good for that.
Hey, I'm what you need, I'm what you want, I got it.
This is just insanely too slow.
I'm sticky sweet, stuck in your teeth like
candy. Okay, yeah, so definitely some note jump distance issues there. So again, I'll write in the comments there. And the big thing is, it's not just about making it faster or slower. It's about, the patterns representing the music and simplifying the patterns. So especially going from expert to hard, like you're going to need the patterns to be a lot simpler. So yeah, all these complex doubles and things all over the place, even though they're very, very slow, are going to feel really intimidating to a hard level player to play. So my general rule of thumb is to pretty much stick with only the cardinal directions when I'm doing hard level maps, unless you're giving the player a lot of time to recover, right? Like I'll do like a cool diagonal off to the side if then they've got a big break before the next node. So yeah, all these complicated patterns and stuff, like it's not just about making it slower. You also have to make the patterns a lot more friendly too. Again, I'm not going to play the whole thing, but sorry, I forgot what notes. Yeah, so again, way too slow. So you can have parity breaks on keys on normal, but they have to be very intentional. Yeah, so I mean, this is better in the sense that this seems a lot more simplified. But for normal, it's even more. So you basically want to have very, very simple patterns, basically exclusively on the cardinal directions. You almost want to have nothing in the top row, but if you do put something in the top row, you want to put dots, because a lot of normal level players will swing more wildly or will hit the top rows as downs, regardless of how you map them. So putting dots in the top row gives a lot more flexibility. Again, I'll post, more in the comment. Like it's going to be too much for me to go over in the video here. But I hope watching the gameplay helps. Please, please, please do read the comments and ask me if you have any questions. Or you can ask in the Discord chat if you have questions about like your numbers in general. But otherwise, I hope that helps.